morning, friends, and welcome back to Rocky Mountain Gardens. And if you're new here, I'm Mary, and I live in Colorado. And I am someone who loves to create just a warm feeling in my garden and my home. So if you enjoy seeing videos having to do with home decor, gardening, house plants, crafting, thrifting, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? I invite you to do that. And if you really are enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up, please. That really helps my channel. Let's move on to what we're doing today, though. I am participating in a Sunday Funday event again with Deco Easy. And Deco Easy is a great channel that is done by two lovely ladies, Diane and Yanni, who live in the Netherlands. And then our second co-host is Yvonne, who has a fabulous channel, Ginger Chick Rehab. And I'll link both of their channels down below in my description box if you would like to check them out. Yvonne does lots and lots of revamping and restoring and just making things beautiful that she has thrifted. And I just love watching her videos as well. So let's get on to what my topic is today, which is items that I have thrifted. Now, some of these things I've thrifted in the past, and I don't thrift regularly. You know, I don't go to the thrift stores every week, so I don't have things to share with you every single week. But I have picked up things that I wanted to share with you that are lots and lots of fun and interesting. And then also things that I have used in my house in the past. You might have seen them in a home tour in the past, but I thought I'd talk about them a little bit today as well. So one of my oldest finds is this really interesting little piece of china. It doesn't have anything marking on the bottom, but I found this in the 1980s when I lived in Germany. And, you know, in Germany, especially in those days, they were very strict about garbage pickup. So every German home had this very small trash can. It was maybe about this big around, and then maybe as tall as up to my waist. And that's all you were allowed to put out every week. It was hard for us Americans to imagine. But twice a year in those days, they had an event called Sperrmühle. And for Sperrmühle, they were allowed, the Germans, to twice a year put out anything they wanted onto their curbside to be picked up by the trash men. And there would be these huge piles of furniture and, you know, just pieces that Germans didn't want to keep, but they couldn't put out in their weekly trash in those little tiny trash cans. So I had a good friend who would go with me every time Sperrmühle was happening. And we would go junking and dig through all of the trash. And I picked up quite a few interesting pieces that way. But this one was one of my most interesting and fascinating. And I couldn't figure out, well, let me show you a close-up of it right here, first of all, so you can really see what it looks like. And I took it to one of my German friends and I said, what is this used for? And she told me it was used when you had someone who was ill and they were in bed and, you know, couldn't sit up very easily to drink liquids. And so you would put them into this container, and then see, it has this little part here to keep it from the liquid from spilling out. And they would drink out of this little spout to make it possible for them to take liquids when they were ill. Isn't that interesting? Oh my gosh, I just thought this one of the coolest things that I found in Sperrmühle. Now, surprisingly, when I've been thrifting more recently, I have come across some fantastic, oh, and I just wanted to point out, and I'm going to show you this in a little bit more of a close-up. This is a real pewter pitcher that I also got at a flea market in Germany. And so I just recently stumbled upon in different Goodwills. We have 3 Goodwills that are close to my house here where I live. And I go to them. And we also have a charity thrift shop called the Ark that I go to periodically. But I have stumbled upon, like I said, quite a few pictures. And so I decided that I would start collecting pictures. And I plan in my kitchen to put a shelf above this one cabinet that I have and make a display area. And I'll show you that later in another video. But this one I just loved because of the really pretty florals on it. And it has no marking on the bottom. I have no idea where it came from. I found this at the Goodwill. Oh my gosh. And this was made in England. It says it has the mark on the bottom. But I love that green color, and I'm probably going to be using it even in my fall decor. And let me put up here a close-up of these pictures that I've been collecting so you can see what they look like. Now, I do have a set of blue and white dishes that my aunts gave to me before they passed away. And oh my gosh, I found this. This doesn't match it perfectly, but I think I'm going to be looking for more blue and white dishes to accompany what I have. And this also was made in England. And I just think it's so gorgeous. Isn't it pretty? And lastly, here is another picture that I found. And why I picked this up is because on the bottom it says made in occupied Japan. So that means it was made after World War II in Japan when it, we were occupying the country with General MacArthur, I think. Remember, he was in charge of overseeing the rebuilding of Japan after the war. And they were required to put that label on the bottom, made in occupied Japan. So we know this was like in the late 40s, this was created. So quite vintage. And then, oh my goodness, let me see what this one says on the bottom here. It says, this says Germany, just has a Germany stamp on it. So this had to have been made before the war also, because after the war it would have said West Germany until, of course, more recently when Germany was reunited. But anyway, look at how pretty this is. I just love this. And let me give you a close-up right here as well so you can really appreciate. I love the little cutouts here on the handles. And I'm using this in my bathroom for a trinket tray where, when I take off my watch at night, or if I have, earrings I don't want to put away, I can just lay them in this little tray and it looks really cute in my bathroom. I love it. It's so pretty. So that is the beginning of my picture collection and a few other items. Now, guys, just more recently when I was thrifting, I was looking at the children's books and I found this little golden book. Isn't it just darling? I can't wait to read it to my grandsons. And it is called The Christmas Story, and it has these very vintage drawings in it. Look how pretty. And it has a very sweet story about the first Christmas. And so I'm so excited to share that with my grandsons. Now, if you saw my makeover of my bedroom where I did sort of a coastal design, a sort of beach cottage look into my bedroom, and I was adding touches of pink. So I was hunting around in different thrift stores for a pink throw that I could use on my bed. And if you saw that video, and I'll link it up here if you'd like to watch it, I found this really soft pink throw, and it's rather small, more like for a baby, but I just really love the fringe that's on it. Isn't that cute? This was really a find. I think it was $3.99 for this little throw. And oh my goodness, I sure do like it. Now, also an older find that I have is this big old pumpkin that I've been using for the past couple of years on my front porch. So if you've in the past seen any of my fall front porch videos, you may have seen this. And what I love about it, first of all, it is a big statement, number one. And I think I paid $3.99 for it also. It's actually a jack-o'-lantern, and it really does work. It turns on. So what I really enjoy about it is I can turn it this way for most of the fall season. But for Halloween week and Halloween night, I can turn it around and plug it in and use it, you know, as a happy greeting to the trick-or-treaters. So, oh my goodness, this was really a great find. Now my very last item, and I just got this last week, is this great basket. And since this video that I'm doing right now for you is something that is going to be showing the last week of September, you will have already seen this basket out on my porch because I am going to use it for decorating my front porch. And I'm doing that video in about mid-September. So you may have already seen this basket. It's in really pretty good shape. It does have one little spot where the wicker slats are a little bit worn right there on the corner, but otherwise it's in great shape. And oopsie, and it is the perfect color for fall, don't you think? So this will be out on my porch and you'll see it before this video, but this was I think $4.99, and I got this at the Ark, which is a great place. That's the charity thrift shop that's by my house. And the Ark is a great place for finding baskets. I've been really lucky there picking up baskets. So guys, that's the end of my treasures that I picked up, either, you know, in the past or more recently. And I really enjoyed sharing them with you. And I hope you're having a very lovely Sunday. I would love it if you would leave a note below in the comments to let me know which one of my thrift finds you like the most. Which one do you wish you had found when you were out thrifting? And guys, as well, there's going to be down below in the description box a link to the playlist for Sunday Funday. So if you want to see some more fall inspiration, go into that description box and click on the link, and it will take you to that list where you can watch lots more fall videos with lots of fun ideas. So I will see you in my next video. Till then, so long. Bye-bye.